Letters of Swami Vivekananda, letter number 34, written to Swami Akhandananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Care of Satish C. Mukhopadhyay, Gora Bazar, Gazipur. About 14th February 1890. The footnote reads, Swamiji did not write any date in the letter, and the envelope has also not been found. Therefore, a probable date has been given based on the following circumstantial evidence. A. Swamiji wrote to Swami Akhandananda in early February 1890 asking him to come to Gazipur. B. Swamiji received a reply that Akhandananda could not come. C. Postal marks indicate that a letter took around 7 days to travel between Kashmir and Gazipur or Banaras. D. This letter is a reply to Swami Akhandananda's letter to Swamiji dated February 1890. Pranadhikeshu, that is, literally it means dearer unto me than my own life. I am very glad to receive your letter. What you have written about Tibet is very encouraging. I shall try to go there once. In Sanskrit, Tibet is called Uttara Kuru Varsha. That is not the land of Mlecchas. Mlecchas referred to the people of foreign extraction in ancient India. The Sanskrit term Mlencha was used by the people in Vedic age much as the ancient Greeks used barbaros, originally to indicate the uncouth and incomprehensible speech of foreigners and then extended to their unfamiliar behavior. It is the highest tableland in the world. That is why it is extremely cold. But gradually one may become acclimatized to it. You have not written anything about the manners and customs of the people of Tibet. If they are so hospitable, then why did they not allow you to go there, that is to Lhasa? Write everything in detail in a long letter. I am sorry to learn that you will not be able to come, for I had a great longing to see you. Maybe that is because I love you very much. However, I shall try to get rid of this Maya too. The Tantrika rites among the Tibetans that you have spoken of arose in India itself during the decline of Buddhism. I believe the Tantras, that is the Tantric practices that are in vogue amongst us, were originally the creation of the Buddhists. Those Tantric practices are even more dreadful than our doctrine of Vamachara. For in them, adultery got a free rein, and it was only when the Buddhists lost their spiritual vigor because of their immorality that they were driven away by Kumaril Bhatta. Kumaril Bhatta, roughly 700 AD, was a Hindu philosopher and a scholar of Mimamsa school of philosophy in early medieval India. He is known for his defense of Vedic ritualism against medieval Buddhist idealism. As some sannyasis speak of Shankara or the Bauls speak of Sri Chaitanya, Bauls are a group of minstrels of mixed elements of Sufism and Vaishnavism from Bengal. Bauls constitute both a syncretic religious sect and a musical tradition. So, as some sannyasis speak of Shankara or the Bauls speak of Sri Chaitanya, that they were secret womanizers addicted to drinking and followers of abominable practices. Similarly, the modern Tantric Buddhists speak of Lord Buddha as a vile Vamachari and give an obscene interpretation to many of the beautiful precepts of Tattvagatha in Prajna Paramita. The result of all this has been that the Buddhists are divided into two sects nowadays. The Burmese and the Sinhalese, that is the southern school, do not generally believe in Tantra, and in addition, they have banished the Hindu gods and goddesses, and at the same time, they have also thrown overboard the Amitabha Buddham, held in regard by the northern school of Buddhists. The long and the short of it is that the Amitabha Buddham and the other gods whom the northern school worship, are not mentioned in the books like Prajna Paramita. But a lot of gods and goddesses are recommended for worship, and people following the southern school have willfully transgressed the Buddhist scripture and cast away the gods and goddesses. The phase of Buddhism that declares everything for others, which you find spread throughout Tibet, has greatly struck modern Europe. Regarding this phase, however, I have a good deal to say, which is not possible for me to do in this letter. Lord Buddha broke open the gates of that very religion, which was confined in the Upanishads to a particular caste, and he spread it widely in simple colloquial language. What greatness does Nirvana especially confer on him? His greatness lies in his unrivaled sympathy. The high states of Samadhi, etc., that lend gravity to his religion are almost all present in the Vedas. What is absent is his intellect and heart, which did not come again in the history of the world. The doctrine of karma in the Vedas and in the religions of Jews and others, that is purification of mind through sacrifices and such other external means. Buddha was the first man in the world to stand against it. However, the spirit of the principles remained as it was before, that antah-karmavad. Antah-karma, that is the doctrine of internal or mental work, he preached, and his mandate to believe in the suttas instead of the Vedas. Caste also remained as before, but it was now determined by personal qualities, not hereditary. The caste system did not go away even at the time of Buddha, and also remained the custom of declaring the non-believers in his religion to be Pashandas, heretics. Pashanda was a very ancient word with the Buddhists, but then those souls never had recourse to the sword and had great toleration. Arguments blew up the Vedas, but what is the proof of your religion? Well, have faith, the same as in all religions. It was, however, an imperative necessity of that time, and that was the reason he was regarded as an incarnation. His doctrine of Maya is like that of Kapila, but Shankara's was how far more grand and rational. Buddha and Kapila are always saying that the world is full of suffering and only suffering. Flee from it. Is happiness altogether absent here? As the Brahmos say, everything is happiness. This statement is also similar to that, but contrary to the former. There is suffering. What can be done? If someone says that suffering itself will appear as happiness when you constantly endure it, Shankara did not take this line of argument. He says, Sannapi, asannapi, bhinnapi, abhinnapi. The world is, yet is not. Different, yet not different from Brahman. I will unravel its, that is, world's mystery. I will know whether suffering is there or anything else. I do not flee from it as from a bugbear. I will know all about it. As to the infinite suffering that attends this search, well, I am embracing it in its fullest measure. Am I an animal that you frightens me with happiness and misery, decay and death caused by the senses? I will know about it, will give up my life for it. There is nothing to know about in this world. Therefore, if there be anything beyond this relative existence, what the Lord Buddha has designated as Prajna Param, if such there be, I want that alone. Whether happiness attends it or suffering, I do not care. What a lofty idea. How grand it is. The religion of Buddha stands above the Upanishads, and above that stands Shankara's philosophy. Only Shankara had not the slightest bit of Buddha's wonderful heart, merely dry intellect. For fear of tantras, for fear of the mob, Foda sarate giye hach shuddha kete felelen. That is the Bengali proverb, which means in attempt to cure a boil, amputated the arm itself. If I have to write about them at all, I will have to write a big book, but neither have I the learning nor do I feel the need for it. Lord Buddha is my Ishta, his chosen ideal. my Ishvara, God. I preach no theory about Godhead. He was himself God. Buddha, he preached no theory about Godhead. He was himself God. I fully believe it. But no one has the power to put a limit to God's infinite nature. No, not even God himself has the power to limit himself. The translation of the Gandhara Sutta that you have made from Sutta Nipata is excellent. In that book, there is another sutta, the Dhaniya Sutta, which has almost a similar idea. There are many passages in the Dhammapada too with similar ideas. But that too is at the last stage when one who is Jnana Vijnana Truptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya, that is from Gita 6.8, meaning whose heart is filled with satisfaction by wisdom and realization, and is changeless, whose senses are conquered, and to whom a lump of earth, stone, and gold are the same, that yogi is called steadfast. He who has not the least awareness of his body may roam about at pleasure like the mad elephant caring for nothing, whereas a puny creature like me should practice devotion sitting at one spot till he attains realization, and then only should he behave like that. But it is a far off question, very far indeed. Chitta ashunyam adainya bhaiksham ashanam panam saridvarishu swatantrena nirankusha sthitir bhi nidra shmasane vane vastra kshalana shoshanadi rahitam digvastu shayyamahi sancharo nigamanta vithishu vidam krida pare brahmani vimanam alambya shariyam etad bhunakya asheshan vishayan upastitan parechaya balavad atmavetta yo avyaktalingo ananushaktaha bahyah digambaro vapi च सांबरो वा त्वगंबरो वापि चिदंबरस्थः उन्मत्तवद्वापि च बालवद्वा पिशाचवद्वापि चरत्यवन्याम्. It is from Vivek Chudamani. It means, to a knower of Brahman, food comes of itself without effort. He drinks water wherever he gets it. He roams at pleasure everywhere. He is fearless, sleeps sometimes in the forest, sometimes in the cremation ground, and treads the path of Vedanta in which the Vedas culminate. His body is like the sky, guided like a child by others' wishes. He is sometimes naked, sometimes in gorgeous clothes, and at times has only jnana as his clothing. He behaves sometimes like a child, sometimes like a madman, and at other times again like a gaul, indifferent to cleanliness. Shankaracharya in Vivek Chudamani. I pray to the holy feet of our Guru that you may have that state, and you may wander like rhinoceros. Om Tat Sat.